Tell me why my motivation peaks in the day at night when I'm about to sleep, bro. What is that about? I'll be in bed, cuddled in, cold night, 4 blankets on me, about to hit the Z's, and then just every great idea and motivative decision I've ever wanted to do in my life comes into my brain. Like, why? And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep this in my brain and wake up in the morning, I'm gonna go crazy. And I wake up, there's not an ounce of motivation left in me. I feel like I don't wanna do nothing that day. And it's the vicious cycle, man. And you go through the day, not doing as much as you could, and you go to bed again, about to sleep, get a fresh start, and then boom, it's back! More motivation, more ideas, more inspiration. Disgusting, I tell you. Tell me if it's just not me though, guys. Peace. As you guys can see, I got a haircut, right? It is a lot shorter than what it was before, but that's okay. I kind of like it, low key. Like if you flick it back, looking cute. But the thing I want to talk about is the measurements that barbers use, because they'd be like, "You want a little bit off the top?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, for sure. Obviously, a little bit off the nice." And they'd be like, "How much you want?" I don't know how hair works, so they'd be like, "Yeah, like something like this," and I'm like, "Yeah, that looks good enough." And then, but they take off half my hair, bro. I was gonna go for a long hair, a little bit of undercut look. Bro, he cut everything. 70% of my hair is gone, looking like an egghead. It's tough. I hate it. I'm coping out of my mind right now, saying I don't really mind it. To be honest, I really don't. Realistically, I slick it back, I still look cute. It is what it is. But like, come on, bro. It doesn't have to be that short. Like, he said it was this much. It was a centimeter. When he showed it to me, it was like, yeah, this much, only a little bit this much. I was like, yeah, it's lax. It was not lax. Let's talk about desire. Desire is a word that gets thrown out a lot, right? Especially in the motivation game, everyone talks about true desire. You gotta have your true desire to achieve be successful, right? You must desire your goal. It's a word that gets thrown out a lot. And so I decided to just figure out what it meant. Because what's the difference between desire and want, right? Everyone wants things. Everyone desires things. What was the difference? And so I was reading this book called Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, everyone knows about it. You should read it if you haven't, it's really good. It talks about desire in it. And the key difference that it talked about between desire and want was sacrifice. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And so desire is measured by someone's sacrifice. Because everybody can want things. Everybody can have nice things, everybody can want things. But the people who are willing to sacrifice what they have in their lives to achieve their goal, that's true desire. So I'll let y'all. Be yourself. It gets thrown out a lot, right? That sentence, that phrase. Everyone tells you to be yourself. Be true to yourself. Do what you want. But when you really try to get into it, there's a lot of resistance, especially in society, to not do that, right? There's a lot of sense of like, you can't do that. You can't. If you do this, you're gonna hinder these people. You're gonna offend these people. You're gonna end up hurting other people. And to avoid all of that, to stop myself from being a nuisance, stop myself from being annoying or hurtful to other people, we start conforming, right, to other people's pressures. And so I was really thinking about when it's too much yourself, right? At what point is it truly you can't be yourself? And so I was really thinking back on myself when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, I didn't care about anything, right? I did what I wanted to do. I laughed at what I wanted to laugh at. I said what I wanted to say. And I just lived life the way I wanted to, with the truest of freedom. And I felt so strongly about being myself that it went on for a lot longer than a lot of other kids would. And I got to like 16. And then I started realizing that I was quite alone. When you're truly yourself, right? When you truly don't care about others stop really caring about you like that, because at the end of the day, you're not really being mindful of their existence and their livelihoods, and so they're not going to be mindful of you, and so that level of connection disappears. And I really remember feeling like so alone at one point in my life, and I was like, wow, I want friends, I want connections with people. And so I did that, and then that's when I really started focusing on trying to become friends with people, make connections with people. And I started realizing other people's feelings, because that was really important for me. The crazy insight that, oh my God, other people had feelings was such a huge, like, exploration, I guess. Like it just hit my mind. I was like, wow. Epiphany, that's the word I'm looking for. It was an epiphany. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And so I spent the last few years trying so hard to like understand other people, make connections with people, you know, increase my chances with making connections with whoever I want. That I kind of got to the other end where I did have a lot of friends. I wasn't all alone. I always had somebody to talk to, always had somebody to like share with, but I wasn't happy in a way. It's really weird that I wasn't really like free anymore. I always had to do things. I always had to be a certain way to be myself. And I think I'm really reaching a stage in my life that I'm really trying to balance it out, where I can be myself, be true to who I am, do what I want to do, but still also be able to mindful so I don't hurt other people. And I think that's the true balance that we as people should really strive for. Send this to somebody who always blames themselves, who feels like all the problems in their lives is because of them, right? It's because of the mistakes they made. I want you guys to think about that. That every single wrong thing that has ever happened in your life is because of you, right? You're the problem, you're the mistake. But by that logic, every good thing, every amazing thing that has happened to you is also because of you and nobody else. So in that sense, it's kind of arrogant, right? To think like that. All the presents, all the blessings you've received in your life, nah, those are not real. You did that. It was all you, all your own ability. So you have to understand that there are things that you cannot control in life. They are called tragedies and blessings. These things just happen to you. They're a natural occurring thing in life. It's random. It just happens. Good things happen to you, bad things happen to you. There's nothing you could have done to like control it, to change it. So you gotta understand to move on forward with your life while still accepting these things exist. And the only way to do that is to take control of the things you can control and learn how to accept the things you can't. And if you can do that, the amount of stability and happiness you'll receive in your life will be amazing. So just keep on moving forward and understand that not everything's your fault, but also not everything you get in life is because you did it. You got help, you got blessed, and just be grateful that you did. Do you guys ever have that feeling when you're focused in and you're just like, damn, I'm him. I'm or her, obviously. But yeah, like I was doing my assignment just now, right? Obviously I left it to the last minute because who does their assignments at a normal time? You always gotta do it like 2 hours before, right? The due date. And so I was doing my assignment. I was locked in, right? I was doing my assignment. And then I just had this feeling of like, wow, I'm really smart. When I try, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but like I'm pretty sure it's everybody else too. Where like you're doing something and you're fully focused in, and that feeling just creeps in like, wow, everything just makes sense. Like I'm so much smarter than I thought I was. And it's like a little shock to you. And you think to yourself, maybe, yeah, I want to keep being focused. I want this feeling more. And you tell yourself you're going to be more focused in from now on. And then, if you're like me, you just never get focused again until you get another deadline. So, I'm just saying, guys, let's talk about catching feelings, right? Recently, in our generation, catching feelings has been kind of the taboo. You shouldn't do it. Don't catch feelings. Catching feelings makes you want to cry, makes you want to die. It's bad out here. But the thing is, it's a pretty amazing feeling, right? Like think about the last time you caught feelings for someone. It must have been amazing initially, right? You wake up in the morning, you're excited to text them. You're excited to see them. You know, you see their posts, you see their lines, like, you're there, double tap, right there. Think about how amazing that feeling was. Because that's what it's all about, man. And people recently have been so focused on the pain and misery that comes after you get your feelings hurt that no one wants to catch feelings anymore, you know? They're scared. But because of that, people are getting mistreated. People are mistreating themselves because of that. They're not being true to themselves or their own feelings. So I'm here, I'm advocating for catching feelings, right? Do it, man. It's okay. Take that risk. If you're my age, you're young, you can handle it. Heartbreak's a part of life, it makes you stronger. But the thing is, that risk, the reward is so much worth it. Because what if you catch feelings and it works out? Think about how amazing that will be. And so I'm just telling you guys, take that risk, take that next step. It's okay, you'll survive. I believe in you. But yeah, here I am advocating for catching feelings. And if you don't want to do it, hell, I'm still doing it. Don't be ignorant. ignorance is one of the most disgusting attitudes to have towards anything. You can be stubborn, you can be strong in your beliefs. That's completely good. I really support that, of not being flabby and like not being weak with your own beliefs. But ignorance is a whole different ballgame. If someone you genuinely respect is giving you an opinion with decent backed up evidence, listen, all right? Doesn't mean you have to change to them straight away. Doesn't mean you have to like fold your own beliefs. You can still listen and test them out against your own beliefs. Really cook on it. Think about it. What points are they making? What points they're making that are valid? What points am I making that are valid? And really cook on what they're trying to say to you and what is the result of you taking that in. Because if you're not doing that, if you're not able to be a little bit more open to other people's opinions and actually their perspectives, then you're gonna struggle really hard later on in life in making connections with other people. Let's talk about saying sorry. Apologizing. It's very hard. It's a very hard thing to do if you mean it, right? To genuinely accept that you were wrong, it is your fault, that somebody else got hurt. That is genuine sorry and genuine remorse you're feeling. And it's a very important feeling as well though. As much as it hurts and as much as it just sucks, it's a very important feeling and you have to learn how to face it. And if you're able to say sorry, right, it shows not just to yourself, but to everyone around you and the person you are saying sorry to, that you are someone who can take responsibility for their actions. And that's only the start. I know it's a sucky feeling, but that's only the start. Because after that sorry needs to come action. You have to learn how to act on your words. If you say sorry, you have to make sure that there are changes being made to make sure that it doesn't happen again. So next time you say sorry, mean it with your heart and also do something about it. Let me ask you a question. Do you guys feel another person's pain? All right, like what kind of empathy do you guys have? Because I was talking to my friends the other night and they were saying that when someone else they care about is in pain, they also genuinely feel that pain within themselves. Like they feel it. And I was listening to this and I couldn't really relate to that. Because for me, like I care about a lot of people in my life. Right? Obviously I have people I care about, my family, my friends and everything else in between. But like when they go through pain, when they go through struggles, it's more of an understanding for me. Like I understand that what they're going through is something serious and I need to help them and I do help them. But from a feeling perspective, it's never really hit me in that sense, right? Like let's take an example, my friend's going through a breakup, right? Like I've been through a breakup and I know what a breakup feels like. So by that logic, I should be able to feel how they're feeling when they are going through that breakup, but I don't feel it. Like my friends would be like, yeah, like I genuinely felt hurt seeing you in that pain. And I'm like, that doesn't process in my mind. Because for me, like I see the breakup and I'm like, oh damn, that's really tough, man. Like I understand, like I get it in my brain. Like in my brain, I'm like, yeah, that's a horrible thing to go through. You shouldn't go through that and I really feel bad for you. I will try my best to help you. But from a feeling perspective, it's just not there. Like I don't feel your breakup because I'm not you. And there was a lot of my friends who were saying like, no, I genuinely feel the pain you're going through. And it made me feel like, am I in the wrong here? So let me know in the comments, like, do you guys feel your friends' pain? Like when they go through pain, are you genuinely hurt by it as well? Or are you just more like, I understand what you're going through, but like from a feeling perspective, it's not really there. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Also, drop a like and follow.